All right.
So I just want y'all to know I start every podcast with a sip.
A sip,
I'm
yeah.
halfway in my drink when David pushes the red button.
Right, yeah. He's already... I'm pretty sure when you walk over, you're already
Pretty
drinking.
hammered, yeah.
Well, here's to week 3.
Woo!
Clink. I finally got a Pilsner now.
Mm. So, I know a Pilsner is a type of beer, but is that also the glass? So,
Mhm.
a Pilsner also dictates the glass and the beer.
Yes.
And they go hand in hand.
Hand
But
in
are you drinking? You're not drinking a Pilsner.
I'm drinking...
You know what I'm gonna say?
I'm drinking Angry Orchard. So...
Oh, but you know what? I love the commercials though.
With
the apples.
Yeah, the Angry Farmer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, is that a different one?
No, it's the same one.
Oh, the Angry Farmer, Angry
Yeah.
Orchard. Okay. Because there's another one, isn't there?
Reds.
Reds. Are they?
That's the one with the apples getting thrown at
That's
them.
the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Then. Yeah.
Angry Orchard is the one where they yell at the apples. The Angry Farmer. He's
Oh,
like, ah!
That's
Screaming at
funny
the apples.
Too. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's funny too.
I'm just not a big beer guy.
The only reason and they're actually more alcohol content, and I'm
yeah.
more of an alcohol guy than a beer or anything guy, but
Mhm.
they're too sweet. They just give me the sugar content gets me like too hype and like gives me like I don't know, like indigestion like right off the bat.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a Smirnoff, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
just like
That
fucks
one's
my
just like
stomach up.
it's a spicy Sprite. Smirnoff.
What the Smirnoff?
Spicy Sprite.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Because it's lemon lime, so it's like...
I was watching Pitch Perfect 2 was on TV, and he's like, I bought capers. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they're like salty peas. And I'm like, they are like salty peas. Like, that's exactly what they are. It's a great description for capers.
Man. Yeah, I love drinking alcohol, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, alcohol is the void filler.
It's icing on the cake of life.
It is, man. Especially, man, today was just so long. Man, it was so long. Like, the Wednesdays when we record just go by too slow at work.
What is your schedule on a Wednesday?
Wednesday, well, every day at work. I'm only off on Thursdays and Saturdays. And my actual work...
to have it split like that.
Dude, it sucks to, like, work on a Friday and then, like,
Yeah.
get off, like, yeah, it's Friday. But then I'm like, damn it, my Saturday, I can't really do anything.
Yeah, because you're off Saturday, though.
Yeah.
But
But
you
it's
gotta-
like, I can't really enjoy it because I know I got work the next day on a fucking Sunday. So I'm like, man.
Yeah, that's... Well, but you know, I used to actually enjoy having split days off because even now with 2 days off, I get too comfortable not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you only give me 1 day off, I kind of the next day isn't so bad when I have to go back to work because I'm like. It's not, but if you give me 2 days off consecutively, I'm like, fuck, I hate going back to work. Like, I'm about this lifestyle now. I don't want to go back to work.
No, man, like, for me, like, I feel more relaxed after 2 days off. Like, for my birthday in a couple weeks, like, I'm planning on, because we record Wednesday night, the 18th, and then Thursday is my birthday. And then I'm planning on requesting that Friday off so I could be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Nice.
And then, but, like, I'm going to really hope to try to get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off because I work on Sundays.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
it's like, that's true too.
yeah.
I was like, but I want to be a responsible guy.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's true. Whatever, I guess.
I guess. Who cares? But,
Who cares?
um,
So what we were talking about your schedule on Wednesday. So what you work
10 to 6:30.
10 to 6
Every day I work 10 to 6:30.
Yeah.
So it's like that where I get to sleep in a tiny bit and I don't get off too late.
Right.
I was like, so it's okay, but I wouldn't mind working 8
It's a
to
long
4:30.
shift, though.
Yeah.
8 plus hours,
Mm-hmm.
right?
9 hours.
Oh, okay.
It's a 9-hour shift.
So
Well,
that-
with the
You get a break, though.
yeah, the lunch.
Yeah.
But excuse me. But yeah, so it's like these Wednesdays. This is really the only thing I have to look forward to every week.
It's same, dude. It's fucking same. My Wednesdays, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I wake up at 5 because I gotta be at work at 6, and I work from 6 to 2:30. But at 2:30, I get off because I gotta drive to school, which is across town, because I have a class at 3:30. And then that class is from 3:30 to 4:45. And if that's the end of my day, when I get home, it's about 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I have a tutoring session or a Shambhala thing, or sometimes work asks me to come back. Today work asked me to come back. I had a tooth appointment today again. I'm working on my teeth, so I missed a few hours, and I have medical. She gave me 40 hours medical, so that was covered for the time. But I just felt like I didn't get a lot done, so I said I just tried to be nice and was like, I could come in after class if you want, just to kind of show that. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. And I wasn't expecting that because I was hoping she was like, no, you're good, like you're whatever. But she was like, yeah, that's cool. So I went back after work, and I did like 30 minutes of what she really needed me to do, my office manager. And then she was like, you know what, I'm done. Sorry about it. Sorry I had you come back, but I got nothing for you. And I was like, well, I got some stuff I can work on. She's like, okay, well, you're cool to stay. Everyone left, like the whole office left. She's like, you're cool to stay if you want. And I just fucking did homework. I did homework. I got paid for it for that last hour. So I was like, fuck you telling me to come back. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dude. That's why, like, with Sundays, Sundays at work, it's so slow that, like, I just watch football on my computer. So I get paid to watch football and then send an ID card, like, in between my football games. So it's like, it works out perfectly. I love when I have downtime at work. That's always the best.
It is the best. I love taking shits at work because I feel like I'm sticking it to the man, kind of. Like,
boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why like I poop on company time. Yeah. And there's the one with the little gif of Elmo, like, sitting on the potty.
I've seen that.
Man, that was my motto when I worked at Walmart, dude. No, dude, like, so every morning at Walmart, because especially on Mondays, because when I was a department manager, we have to come in at 5 a.m. So it was like, man, it was just fucking dreadful.
You gotta wake up at 4 then.
Exactly, yeah. I had to wake up at 4, shower and everything, go to work. So, like, and then on break, so, because with Walmart, it was legit, like, 2 hours in, take your break, and 2 hours after that, lunch. 2 hours after that, next break. 2 hours after that, you're done. So the first break would be at 7 a.m. We had a McDonald's in our store, so I would eat, like, the McGriddle meal, like the
sauce, the gut bombs.
Yeah, so, and with the hash brown and a large Coke,
of course.
That concoction in my stomach just
pure
like
American.
So 7 to 7:15 eating my food, 7:15 to like maybe 8:30 I was in the bathroom, and with the department.
Say that time again.
7:30 to like 8:30, 8:45.
Oh,
like
an hour?
Yeah, bro.
Fucking hour on the toilet at work?
My shitting would just be like, well, this was like when I given up with Walmart.
Yeah,
like,
right.
This was when I was like, fuck Walmart. Like, like when I actually cared about my job at Walmart, I would try to pinch it off in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, just come on, get everything out now. Come on.
Evacuate.
But like when I just fucking lost all hope with that career, like, I would be finished pooping like maybe 10 minutes in.
Sure.
And then I'm just on the phone texting Leslie. I'm like, man, fuck it. And then like, because department managers get the walkie-talkies, and then it was like, and I
wish you had one.
Yeah.
Wish you were one.
Yeah. So like, and I would still have my earpiece in, because then I would put the like on the walkie-talkie right there in the little toilet paper dispenser thing, because it was like it protruded, so I was able to put it down. And then like either department, I was department manager of pets, which is department 8. Or when I was
sounds like a cool gig.
I loved department manager of pets, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was so sad when they took that away from me. And then when I was department manager of grocery, that's when I really stopped caring. And it'd be like, David, department manager 95, 95 David, 95 David.
Why does everyone in grocery seem like they hate their life?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just hated my life because I was like, man, I fucking hate my boss. Like, she was the biggest bitch in the world.
I guess that's a grocery thing.
I guess so. I don't know. Like, it just sucked. I was like, damn it. And I was in charge of the booze, like the beer and wine and everything. The snack foods like chips, cookies, fruit snacks, sodas, everything that was pretty much vendor brought. I had to oversee that. And so it was just like, it wasn't like I actually had like actual inventory of that stuff, because it's all vendor stuff. So I don't have a way of tracking that. And then I would get in trouble that I didn't track that shit.
Well, you're on the shitter for an hour.
Well, yeah, but either way, I was like, whatever. So that's how I made a majority of my money at Walmart, was taking shits. Yeah. And then same thing after lunch. I take my lunch around, like, depending on the day or like when my workload, like 2 to 3. and then I'd be in the bathroom from like
The second shit of the day.
Yeah.
Another hour?
yeah, dude. No, that one I would probably ride out to like 4 o'clock or so, like
At what time? From
like 3. So like yeah,
you
I'd get back
just
at
sit
3.
in the stall?
Dude, I would fucking, and then I would feel so relaxed when I would go home and everything like that.
I'm sure. No, not to dog you, because I would do the same shit. The only reason I can't is that the one time that I did, I mean, I take my time too, don't get me wrong. But if no one comes into the bathroom at my work, the lights go out. And there was one
Oh,
time
really?
that I was just chilling, I was finished, but I was just like checking out memes and on Facebook and whatever, and the lights just went out, and it's pitch black. And I like the big stall. I have these. I can't use the little stall. It just seems so. I get claustrophobic. So I use the big. I just do. And then when people walk, like if someone else has to shit, they gotta walk by you, and you can see them. I don't know. I
You
don't
think they're looking through you? In
Yeah,
that little
I
crack,
just don't like it. And if I'm in the big stall, if they do have to go shit next to me, I don't have to see them. Like they don't walk past me or whatever. So, and I'm the only guy with long hair there. So I feel like if they catch a scene of the hair, someone's gonna know who it is. Anyways, the lights went out, and I wasn't sure if I should run out of the stall to just kind of catch the lights really quick and run back, like not even pull my pants up or nothing, just like
Just
kind of just run out there and then run back. But then I was like, well, with my luck, at that exact moment, one of my bosses or one of the lawyers I work for is gonna like walk in while I'm running out naked to get and I'm like, I just can't deal with that. So in the dark, I cleaned up and got everything put back together and tucked my shirt in and then walked out. And I was still hoping, and then even then I was embarrassed because I'm like, what if someone walks in when it's dark and then I'm there and they're like, what are you doing in the dark here? Like,
and you're all washing your hands.
yeah,
vigorously.
like what the well, yeah. So it was. So I can't an hour on the pot. There's no way I could get away with that.
Nah. That's probably how I got hemorrhoids when
Yeah,
I worked there. I was
that
like,
is how you
sitting on the toilet for
Yeah.
prolonged periods of time.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because during that time frame too, a little bit after that. Well, no, this is when I was working at my first call center job, CSG. I broke my foot and I was
Shout out.
still suffering from hemorrhoids. And when
From CSG?
yeah, no, from Walmart.
Oh.
So like I remember when I broke my foot and then like I was like prone to falling in the shower. Like I kept slipping a lot. So Leslie, like, cause I was in a boot and like it felt weird to climb over. So like, so Leslie would have to help me out. And then there was one time where when I was
How did
taking.
you break your foot?
Oh, it was on Christmas in 2015. We were over at Leslie's grandma's house and we were doing the whole Christmas thing or whatever, right? And I was playing with her little brother Noah in the front yard, and like it's an older house and it's like older sidewalks and stuff. There was a space between the yard and the concrete, like the steps.
Oh, okay.
That I didn't see because
like
the
a
grass
dark
was
spot.
tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he was running around, I was just playing around with him. My foot went into the hole and
there goes your football career.
I was like, so yeah. But like apparently like I cracked it a little bit by doing that, but when I put full pressure on it, like when I got out, and that's when the full happened.
Damn.
So yeah, so that was painful. And then when one time when I was taking a shower and I was bending down to take off my underwear, I bent down and Leslie walked in right at that exact moment and got a full saw the red dot right there. She was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" She was like, she saw my hemorrhoid. Like it was all protruding.
I thought you were talking about your dick. Okay, I was like, what the fuck?
She's seen that beast a
Well,
million
I'm
times.
saying, like, I was like, what's she freaking out about? You know, like, so, but okay, that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah, she saw right into my soul through my butthole. So yeah, so that was my experience.
I've had a time where you know why hemorrhoids. I guess what are we talking about hemorrhoids? We're gonna go with it though.
Yeah,
who cares?
Who cares? Hemorrhoid talk.
Big sign is with the bright red in your poop.
Really?
Blood, yeah. Because if you have hemorrhoids right at the butt, at the cusp, and they buzz when you sit. So like it's bright red, like it's just because when you're sitting, all the blood's sitting right there, and then they pop. There's it's hemorrhoid. So one time I had that, and mine is actually because I drink so much.
Oh, really?
My blood is really thin. Like
Oh, shit.
I know. Like when I got this tattoo, it looked like it was a red tattoo. Like when they did the whole thing, it looked like red, like this red.
Oh, wow.
And I was freaking out too because I was like, I didn't ask for red, and they were like, no, it's not gonna be red. The tattoo artist was like, do you drink a lot, or are you on like an aspirin regimen or something? I was like, I do drink pretty often. He's like, your blood is so thin, it's just like it's as soon as I pierce, the blood just comes out.
man.
Yeah. So I had this with my shit one time and I freaked out because I was like, oh my god, there's blood in my shit. Like I'm dying. Like here, this is how it ends. Like blood in the shit, right? So
The Four Horsemen of
and me and
Apocalypse.
Mrs. Teach had, I think we've been together about maybe 2 or 3 years at the time. And I said, babe, check out my asshole. What's wrong with it? So I fucking and she, she said, okay, what? Like that's love.
That
right?
is love.
She goes, okay, what? So there I go, fucking on the bed or on the couch and just legs up.
Like a baby?
Legs up to my ears to like, babe, what's wrong? I can't see it. Like, tell me what's going on. She was like, yeah, it looks like you got something on your asshole right there. Like, there's like a little something there. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I know that I'm not. It's just a hemorrhoid, though. I was like, does it look like this? Like the hemorrhoid on Google? She's like, yeah, it looks just like that. I'm like,
Do you?
okay, great. Like,
You're like with an iPad.
yeah,
Red laser
I
pointer.
didn't know. I was like, I can't afford to go to the doctor and then tell me the same thing. So can you just do it right now? She's like, yeah, okay. Like,
Put your legs up, thank
yeah. Yeah, I felt like I should have put hoop earrings on so they could hold my. You ever heard the joke? Why do Mexicans wear hoop earrings? So it's a foot holder, so they can put their.
you. God damn it.
Yeah, that's a shitty Mexican joke, but
But
and the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. You ever heard that one before?
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
hey, man, but it's all love here.
All of hemorrhoids y todo Mexicans.
For real.
whatever.
No, hombre, Holmes.
Fucking Miss Teach bought me a different juice today.
I noticed that.
And it's
Usually I just
gross.
see cranberry.
I don't like it. It's cran grape.
Well, it's diet too, so.
Well, I gotta do the diet because I'm fucking with my teeth.
Hmm.
So here's the thing. I used to drink. It was always like rum and coke or like Dr Pepper and tequila, and then they
Dr.
were
Pepper
like,
tequila. Wow. I've never
yeah,
heard
it's
of that
pretty
one.
good.
I
Yeah,
gotta
Dr
try
Pepper
that
and
one.
tequila is pretty good. I don't like tequila anymore though, but I cannot drink tequila anymore. And right now I'm drinking. I went through a whiskey phase, and I'm on a vodka phase. I think it's some fat asshole. I just feel like I feel better if I'm drinking vodka. Whiskey's really my drink, but I drink vodka exclusively now just because it makes you feel better. It's just comforting.
Right. Same.
Clear, yeah, which is probably nothing better. But anyways, so I was always drinking soda, and then I realized right out of in high school, I weighed like a solid 270 pounds right now, like beefy as fuck, right?
Beefy.
Never. But when I met Mrs. Teach in like high school, I was like a good 205, 210 pounds. Like I was slim.
You look gorgeous.
I was really slim and I used to do a lot of extracurricular activities. I didn't eat a lot. And then when I became of age, I realized I didn't have to pay so much. I could just buy booze. But booze comes with Whataburger at night and all this. Anyway, I drink soda and all this, and I was like, okay, the soda's got to be fucking up. It's the soda. That's what it is, Mm-hmm. For me, I was like, it's the soda that's fucking punching me up. So then I went to diet because I was like, well, I'm going to drink and might as well just pair it with diet because there's no extra sugar and calories. But then I've been drinking diet soda and alcohol for the past. It's funny because if I really drink soda, like for a soda, I don't drink diet soda. I only drink diet soda with my alcohol just because I feel like it makes no sense.
It
but
balances
I just
it
feel
out.
like if I'm gonna drink because I drink so much alcohol, I'm like I might as well drink with a diet soda so it's not so bad. Like
Right.
versus when I want a soda, I'm gonna drink like a regular Coke or a regular Dr Pepper. Only with my alcohol do I drink diet soda. But I went to the dentist, I guess 3 weeks ago or something, a month ago now.
Right before the first episode.
Right before the first episode. I think before the prequel episode or whatever, that one we made.
Yeah, you
think it
did,
was
because
the
that was
one-
when you recently just got your teeth pulled out.
Right.
Yeah.
He said it because I always thought it was the sugar, and I also thought, well, my teeth. I know I don't fuck with my teeth a lot, so at least I'm not. And I don't really like sweets. I'm not a big sugar person.
Mhm.
The only thing is the soda, and I think, well, I'm not drinking sugar either with the soda, so I'm all good. He goes, it's actually
The acidity?
the carbic acid. So carbonation is acidic
Yeah.
right off the bat.
It
So
ruins your
diet
enamel, yeah.
or not diet, the carbonation fucks with your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So for the past 3 weeks, I've been drinking diet, and I've been drinking vodka, cranberry vodka, diet. Right? I
Right.
feel like it's the healthiest drink for you. It's really making me better as a person, really. But today, Miss Teach, I went back. I was gonna go get my alcohol and my juice before I got here when I got off of class, but my work said, "Can you come?" And I wasn't sure, so I called Miss Teach and was like, "Can you pick up my alcohol?" And it's a fresh bottle too.
Oh, wow.
You know, I go through a bottle a week.
Oh, wow, really?
That's
Dude,
fucked
those
up,
fucking
right?
bottles have been there since the last party I threw.
Oh
like,
damn! You got a whole damn. Yeah, I don't even need to buy this. I go. Yeah, this
I
is
was
very
like-
telling. No, because I'll drink that. Like I will.
do it,
that will-
dude. It's going to sit there for months.
Well,
please drink it.
It'll yeah. So when I'm in class, I end up going through a bottle a week because when I get home, I get stressed and I'm just like, I need something to like level me out.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
smoke weed. Not that that's any worse, but I don't smoke the weed, and I don't. You know, but I like to drink, so I do drink, and I go through about a bottle a week
Mhm.
during class, and then in the summer or in the winter time, I slow down because I feel like a shithead, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been drinking so much, but like, and I look back if I haven't like thrown away my bottles, I'm like,
They're
holy
all just fucking-
shit, like.
That's how it was when I first turned 21. There was bottles
Saving
all
bottles.
over my fucking place,
It's
dude.
always funny when people save bottles. I'm like, if I did that, y'all would call like the hospital.
The hoarders?
Like,
The
yeah,
hoarders?
Like
A&E comes at your door.
you need to quit
Hey, sir.
drinking so damn much. But
No, dude, drink it up. Let's fuck up our livers, dog.
so this is funny because we didn't know how to start the episode today, but we've just hit 22 minutes. Just
That's
bullshit.
true,
We haven't
yeah,
hit any
it's
of the
like-
topics we wanted to hit.
So, so that's a good segue, sir. So, do you want to start with, and I wrote it down, I feel fancy now. Like
Yeah.
I have place
I've been
cards.
telling you to write it down for a while now.
I know.
I thought this was you. I thought you writing it down right now before we started recording was you saying like, "There's no damn structure to this shit," so I'm gonna write this shit. Is that what you're
Pretty
thinking?
much. I was just like,
when you
these
listen
things
to our,
came to my thoughts.
okay.
These things came to my thoughts. Yeah, that makes sense.
These
Am I starting to
came
get buzzed
my
already? Shit, I've
thoughts.
only had 2 beers.
Well,
I
you're
don't
drinking
know.
them quick though too.
That is, dude. I'm pouring them down.
Yeah.
And I started drinking at the top of the.
Right. Well, you're really going through two, so.
Yeah, that's true. So you know what? Let's go ahead and move into our fan favorite segment,
Jerk of the week.
Jerk of the Week. Hit it up.
Alright.
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk.
All right. Jerk of the week. Okay.
Alrighty.
I have my jerk of the week. So this last weekend was my jerk of the weeks are always so fucking long, but because
No, it's okay,
I gotta
yeah.
prelude it. You know what I'm saying? Why was I there? What was I doing? Right.
Tell us.
So I have a friend from high school who's a really good friend of mine, and she's a lesbian, and that doesn't matter, but I just feel it's interesting to say. And she has her
She's a
lesbian
lesbian.
lover. She's a lesbian, let's be honest. And she's got a girlfriend, and I have been friends with this girl through like 3 girlfriends now. And lesbians, if you don't know, girlfriends are far and few between. Like they wife up, they brew up for a long time,
Mhm.
which is the reciprocal of a gay man, which goes through many partners throughout the week. Versus a lesbian that goes through like decades of a girlfriend. So she's with this, whatever, that doesn't matter actually. But we went down. She invited us to Pride because they play rugby. Very lesbian, like, and the whole
Like,
team, and the whole
figures.
rugby team is lesbian. And so they were like, let's, we're having Pride in Austin. And we were like, me and Miss Teach were like, I don't really feel like, I don't know. Like, we were like, it's not in the budget. Like, we were going to go to Austin in a couple weeks for something else. And we're like, let's not waste our money on that. But like 5:30 came around on Saturday. So we were like, man, you wanna, oh, okay, let's go. Let's like just drive down. Okay. So meanwhile, I'm thinking we're just gonna kind of voyeur this pride parade. We meet them in the parade, and they're like, "Okay, we're moving. Let's go!" And it's like someone hands me like all these beads. And they're like, "Give them out!" And I'm like, "Holy shit! I'm in the middle of this parade right now for like pride, like, and Miss Teach too." And it was fun. It was really fun. So it was a blast. I mean, that wasn't too crazy. We went to we went to 6th Street. We went to 4th Street is the gay street in Austin.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
4th Street is the gay street. But it was like so packed, and they all had covers and this and that because it was Pride or whatever is what my friend was telling me. So we just went to regular 6th Street and did our thing, and it was fun. Austin's always so fucking fun, and it's really fun when you don't have to pay for a hotel.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
I just stay with my friend. So anyways, the next day I'm everyone's hungover as shit. Our friends, we always just like we party. They come down here and party, or we go down there and party, and then we go out to eat the next day. So we went to this Indian place called Teji's. Shout out to Teji's, fucking dope ass Indian food in Austin.
I did an air guitar right there.
They're dope. Their food is dope, and usually the service is dope. But the jerk of the week today is this piece of shit. I believe his name is Steve. I could be making that totally up. I'm gonna call this motherfucker Steve.
Fuck
That's
you,
what's
Steve.
coming out. I need something to say interjectorily. Steve, you piece of shit. First off, we went up to you and you said, and my chick, Mrs. Cheech, said, I have the biryani, the goat biryani, because she fucking lives for goat biryani. And he goes, there's bones in there, right? And we were like, excuse me, sir. Like, he was older than us. Like, he definitely went. He was like, there's bones in there, right? And if you can't understand me, he's saying, there's bones in there, right? And Mr. Teacher's like, yeah, like it's goat biryani, like there's bones on meat, like I'm not a vegetarian, so we're good. And he's like, okay. And then I was like, I paid for our meal. I think I got a lamb combo because I wanted the curry and the rice or something. And I type in, I fucking gave the piece of shit a 15% tip just because anytime I see that shit, I'm compelled, because I was a server too.
You're like,
gotta give him the tip. I just have to. And it's on an iPad that when I'm done writing, I sign my name. It swivels back to the piece of shit Steve, and whatever. And then I go, can I get a receipt? Because I wanted to see. Because I was like, did he get this shit right? Because he doesn't. He looks stoned or on heroin or something. And he goes, no one ever looks. And if you don't understand that too, it's no one ever looks. Like, as in, like, he's so,
like, people are so stupid, like, they can't look at an iPad.
He's so,
perturbed.
Perturbed, yeah, with me asking for the receipt because it was a question. And I told him, I was like, okay, and because he swivels it back to me, and I go, okay, and I click the receipt, and I go, see how it swiveled back to you? It's back in your court. Like, is there anything else I need to do now because I can't see it, and you seem to be upset about it? And he's like, that's it, so whatever. And then we all get our food except for me, and I have to go back and ask, and he had left at the time, and they're like, oh, he forgot to put your order in. So fuck you, Steve, for forgetting my order, for giving us shit about bones in our biryani, and for asking for a receipt. And you're probably a heroin addict, and you fucking suck at life, and you're one of those garbage trash people we always talk about.
Yeah, fuck you.
So you're the jerk of the week, and I hope you hear this, and I hope it gets back to you. I hope you fucking kill yourself. No, I don't. But
But
almost,
I hope
almost. We think about it a lot.
I hope you sit in your room and you think about
Also, we mentioned this earlier when we talked about it briefly, but he's like the epitome of an Austinite piece of shit hipster that just like
fucking hipster,
Austin. Dude. I mean, San Antonio has a good amount of hipsters in
by
it.
the Pearl.
By the Pearl.
But
oh
that's
my God,
that's like the
forget about
hipster
it.
part.
Well, and on St. Mary Street too, because they're either gay or they're hipsters, and then they're kind of synonymous at the same time. Too. Like, you can't differentiate if it's a gay person or a hipster person, man or female. And Austin is just St. Mary Street as a city. I mean, I love Austin, but Could never live there. Because
No.
I couldn't deal with the people.
I can only handle it for like a day at a time.
It's nice to go hang out there for a weekend and then come back. Like,
That's stretching it
So-
for me. Like,
I like the weekend.
I just go for Stubbs Barbecue and that's about it.
What is it?
Stubbs Barbecue?
Never been there.
Bruh.
Mm.
It's amazing. I loved it. But I actually have a jerk of the week this week.
Okay, dope.
Awesome. So we went to go see Billy Currington this past Friday at Cowboys, and I was originally going to put. So there was a girl that was standing by us that just would not stop screaming and laughing obnoxiously. Like, even before Billy Currington came out,
Okay.
like, I was just like, no. And she wasn't drinking because she had the minor thing, the M on her hands. So she's just an obnoxious person in life.
Now, do you see those a lot? You go to shows a lot. I do not.
The most annoying people I've ever seen have been at country concerts.
Okay.
As far as obnoxious goes, because like Billy Currington, like he's like girls love him. They think he's a gorgeous. I think he kind of looks like a goober to me, but he's a cool guy. Like he puts on a good show.
Looks like.
I was like, yeah, look him up. But yeah, girls are so madly in love with him, and especially when he came out, this chick, like, her vagina erupted. It was like, oh my god!
Clean up on aisle 4.
And I was like, oh my
That's
god.
him?
That's him!
Oh my god.
Girls find that guy fucking, like,
Really?
panty drenching, yeah.
Wow. He looks like a Neanderthal.
Right?
He looks like my upstairs neighbor.
He looks like a goober.
Yeah,
like,
he really does.
But my jerk of the week goes to the fucking security guard guy that was directing parking. Cause he was just
Rent-a-cop?
being a dick. Yeah, dude. I'm just like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm gonna put that stupid little orange light thing up your ass. Like,
Yeah.
so Cowboys has a terrible parking lot. It can hold a lot of people, the venue itself, but the parking lot is shitty. It's just like dirt patches. Like,
Yeah.
it's just terrible. So we got there a little bit late, so parking was already pretty packed. The line to get off of the highway and everything was terrible.
Getting to Cowboys sucks too, because you have to like turn around a few times, don't you?
Yeah, like, there's-
I always miss it every time.
Yeah, you have to get off the next one when you're about to get on. Like, here's 35, here's
Like,
the
you can't
next
just
exit.
exit and get to Cowboys. You have to like, if there's like a turnaround and shit, like a big.
You gotta plan an hour ahead to
Yeah.
drive to Cowboys, like to get there before parking gets crazy. So
Right.
it's like, so we take some back roads and we find a small patch that people are entering through. So we're like, okay, we'll go in through here. So again, it's just a grassy knoll. People are just parking like, lines and stuff. So I admit I was a little, cause like here's the car right here, and then I left a little bit of space in between us, cause I couldn't tell. Because the cop guy was like moving people forward and then stopping them, stopping. So I was like, I don't know if I keep going. So like he pointed to like park next to that car. So I was like, okay. So I left a little bit of space, and then he kept saying turn this way till he get like closer. And I was like,
While you're parked?
No, like as I was like turning into the thing.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, well, if I keep turning that way to my left, I'm going to be crooked, and then I'm going to have to back up, and it's just
Right.
going to ruin the flow of things.
Right.
So then I just like, what, fuck it, I'm straight, like I'm parallel to the next car, to my left. I'm just parking right here. So then he keeps telling me to scoot over, and then like
While you're parked.
Yeah, while I'm parking, and I'm like, whatever, I'm not doing it. So then he's like not blowing his whistle, but he's like, hey, like whistling at me, and I'm like what? Then he's telling me to scoot up, and I'm like, I'm already evened out with this guy, and he's like, scoot up. So then I scoot up, and then he's all like, God, and like then he starts talking to directing the traffic to the people next to him. I get out of my car, I'm all fucking stupid, sticking out. Like in the middle of like the makeshift drive-through area, like for like in the lane,
Right.
and I'm like, you fucking idiot. So I get back in my car and I back up a little bit, and he's like, hey, you were parked perfectly fine. And I was like, no, I was sticking out. He's like, oh man, and like started mumbling and shit, and I'm like,
my God.
what the fuck? And Leslie's like, babe, calm down, because I get mad and I get like jolted pretty quickly, especially over stupidity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, da. But then she bought me some Angry Orchards at the bar, so then I was
man.
okay.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, so
He's a jerk of the week, too.
if you're listening to this, fucking Rent-A-Cop at Cowboys, have nothing better to do with your Friday night.
Yeah.
So while you're over there directing traffic with a stupid little orange light,
Couldn't even get into Billy.
and I was like,
Currington.
couldn't even fucking afford it, you asshole. So fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
So there's our jerks of the week.
Both of them.
Man, Oh man, the riled me on me up again.
Right back at. I'm about to drive out to Cowboys.
You know what?
again.
I gotta find this fucker. Where is he working at? What stupid place is he covering today? So then, do you need a smoke break before we get into the big topics?
I am out of smokes for one.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Not that I was going to go buy some, but I had my teeth. I have. It's called. I have a disease. It's called
Oh.
periodontal. I don't know. Periodontal disease of the gums, which is half of Americans over 30 have it, which I'm 25, so I don't know what that means.
Oh wow.
But apparently everyone has it, and basically my gums, with around the tooth itself, are really far apart. It has like they call them pockets. So today it fucking hurt. Oh my god, I had to go. They have it's. I don't know how to explain this with words, but I'm gonna use my hands.
Yeah,
for David here.
go for it.
If this is my tooth and this is my gum, the normal gum is right up on the tooth, versus with this disease, which is just it sounds so bad when you say disease.
Yeah.
but it
No, I
sounds
got you, yeah.
Not an STD or nothing. It's just bad.
Get out of my house!
Just bad oral care. Oral care. Basically, the gums are kind of doing this. And so there's this space here. So when I'm eating and all this stuff, a lot the plaque that everyone gets and
It gets
the
caught
tartar,
in there.
it gets more in between versus someone with better gums that it doesn't get in there. So what I have to do now is I have to go and get it cleaned out all the every 3 or 4 months or something. And which is the first time I did it today. And they give you a gel. Because it's already like this, but for me I had like all this tartar and plaque right there. They put a gel and they were like, oh, this gel's gonna help, like it's gonna numb it. I was like, okay, good, because I was about to take a codeine, but you got the gel, great.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, this gel actually used to be used for childbirth. They used to throw it on the girl's vag so that you couldn't feel anything. So, they were like, if it was for childbirth, I'm sure this is nothing. They're like, but if you need it, if you are the 1% that doesn't, it hurts, we can come in and give you the injection for the nerve.
Yeah.
The nerve, whatever. And I was like, yeah, well, I'll be fine. I'm sure. Fucking hurt, because whatever the fuck that numbing gel, it didn't do shit, because I felt fucking everything. I felt fucking metal in between the gum and my tooth, scraping the shit out of like plaque and tartar out of my gums. Fucking hurt. I thought about walking out like twice. Like I was like,
I'm
fuck
done.
this. Charge me for half because I'm leaving. Like I'm not finishing this. Anyways, I finished it. Anyways, we're talking about cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
An hour before I came over, I was like, because I was getting my shit ready. I was like, where are my cigarettes? And I found I used a tin. I was like, oh man, I have cigarettes. Let me go buy some cigarettes. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't smoke tonight because they just cleaned out all the pockets.
Right.
So
Keep 'em
let's
clean.
not fill them up with smoke just yet. Let them maybe heal up a little
Breathe
bit.
a little
So-
bit. No problem.
So no smoke break today, unless you want to take a little break for whatever reason. But
No, I was just because I. Just
I
wanted to
usually
make sure
do.
you're
I
okay.
will later. I will for future podcasts. I always take a smoke break, but just not
Of course.
today.
Well, that's fine because I'm just pouring myself my third beer. I just like how fancy this glass is.
You know they say it's good to pour it like that too,
pour like what? Like how I was
to
pouring
make it fizz. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times you do it sideways so that you don't have any. It's called a head.
Mhm.
It fizzes on the top. I always do it like
And
that.
you do that little
always, not even. I've always done it so tilted that when you pour the beer and no foam happened, I always thought it was the correct way to pour a beer.
Yeah.
Apparently, though, when you do that, you're pouring the beer from the bottle to the cup so perfectly, but when you drink it, as soon as it hits your stomach, it foams up in your stomach. And that's what makes you full. That's what makes you full, and that's what makes you kind of sick because it's kind of like all the foam is just there. So if you just pour it straight into your cup and let all the foam come out and then go down again, no more foam. Once you drink it, you can drink more.
Right. I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
it's not bothering me, so I
Yeah.
guess I must be doing something right.
Mhm.
But yeah, so kind of segueing off of the jerk of the week. Let's go ahead and talk about the big elephant in the room, the Las Vegas shooting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Las Vegas shooting.
I was like, that came out of nowhere Sunday night. I saw about it Monday morning when I woke up. Of course, for
Monday?
me, yeah,
Monday.
because it happened Sunday night.
It was a country concert, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at some music festival in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The 91 something festival. But either way, it was during Jason Aldean's concert. He was performing on stage. I don't know how long he'd been performing, but I don't know if you saw the videos or not, but
I saw a few.
the most popular one, I guess you can say, was the one where everything kind of started. Jason Aldean's mid song, and you hear something what sounds like fireworks, and Jason Aldean kind of stops singing, and then you see the crowd kind of looking around and stuff, but there's no fireworks going off. He keeps singing, and then you hear it again, and then music cuts off. He runs off stage, lights go black, and then crowd's just kind of silent. Then you hear more and more gunshots. Crowd reacts the way anybody would when they're being shot at, and the tragedy ensued and everything like that. But it's brought up a lot of conversations this week, especially with governments on gun control and what is the definition of a terrorist. I didn't know if you saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
I believe this guy is a terrorist. He had committed atrocities, in a public place. He, for whatever reasons, because he killed himself prior to being caught. I believe he's a terrorist. I don't care what color he is or
I agree.
religion or anything like that.
I agree, but devil's advocate, I agree. I would connotatively, I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but
Who cares?
in the connotation of terrorist, I believe he is to invoke terror. But devil's advocate, but the thing that sucks, everything sucks about it, so let me not say that, but not the worst part, but a really hard part. Yeah, that sounds bad too.
Just say it.
Another thing is just that we never know what this came about. There's no manifesto.
We'll never know.
There's no trial. He killed himself, and so where did all this senseless violence come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So terrorists, also connotatively, terrorism is to invoke terror for a certain thing, like a jihadist, which is the biggest thing in America, is like the Muslim terrorists that they invoke terror on the Christians because they're not Muslim, right?
They don't follow their ways.
Right, they're infidels and this and that of Allah or whatever. This guy's a terrorist for sure. Like, he is.
Yeah, I don't care.
But at the same time, just wording, what is the definition of a terrorist? And I'm gonna look
that up. And and while you're doing that, I saw a lot of comments I've seen on both sides. I have friends on Facebook that say he's not a terrorist, and then I have friends on Facebook that saying, yeah, of course he is a terrorist.
Okay, first thing that comes up as a noun, a terrorist, a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation. That's one point.
He's doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Especially against civilians. That's another point. Here's the kicker. In the pursuit of political aims. Was it political? We don't know.
We won't know.
We don't know.
So that brings up a good topic. Is he a terrorist because he's two out of three of the things that define a terrorist, or is he like the other, what they call just shooters? Because and again now and this kind of goes hand in hand with this comment too, that anybody that's the not white, a different color or a different nationality, anybody that invokes kind of the same thing or does with the same thing like this guy did, like the Florida shooting at the Florida nightclub. He was, if I'm not mistaken, he was a Muslim man who said that he was doing it for ISIS. He was, and he invoked terror in a public place on civilians because of his religious and political beliefs. He was automatically deemed a terrorist, the Florida terrorist. But this man is just being known as the Las Vegas shooter, just like the Aurora shooter, the guy that killed all the people at the Batman screening. The young man that killed all those people in the church, which he said he did it for white power.
But that's a political aims, too.
Exactly. So that makes him a terrorist.
That makes him a terrorist.
He shot up a church at civilians, because he didn't agree with he didn't like black people, so he killed innocent black people because he believes that whites are the supreme power.
I think this definition that comes up on Google for us, I think it is incorrect. I would say that.
Okay.
I really do think to narrow it to political aims is not correct or valid, because I think there's a pause there, because I feel like this guy is a terrorist, because if you think of the word terrorist, if you look at it,
terror
as the word terror, the root ist, I would say is someone that invokes the root, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't off the top of my head think of other, other words like that. Like if you called someone a happyist, it'd be someone that invoked happy feelings, versus the terrorist uses terror, as an aims, as a vehicle, to get things done. So this guy invoked terror. I mean, completely. I mean, people that are going to Vegas for something that happened, it's next week or something or whatever. There's something going in Vegas, and everyone's getting refunds because no one's going to Las Vegas. Like, one's gonna, and the chance of someone else, a second shooter, being there is like infinitesimally small, like the chances of that. But no one's gonna do it because he invoked so much terror that no one's gonna go to Las Vegas.
People are scared now. And I just went to Vegas this past summer, and the crazy thing about it is that me and my fiance and another couple friend of ours, we went to EDC Las Vegas, one of the biggest summer music festivals in the world. And the
that
biggest
is
one.
Great pickings for a terrorist.
Exactly.
I was just thinking about us last weekend just being at Pride in Austin.
Exactly.
The loudspeaker was like 400,000 people here. Like when we were marching, they were like 400,000. Like 400,000 people were in the streets in downtown Austin. That is great pickings for a terrorist.
Exactly.
Now the fact that we don't know if he had political aims doesn't void his terrorism to me. I think it's a bad definition. I think
for all we know, he probably wanted to see Jason Aldean, didn't get a ticket, and took his anger out on it. Like, and I'm not trying to make fun of it, but it's like,
that could be the simplest explanation.
Or he hates country music. He's like, oh, fucking Jason Aldean is here, and like has conveniently had all these ammo.
It is really ambiguous what happened, because have you seen there's a lot of conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, apparently there were shootings.
Theories. I know I mumbled that.
No, you're fine.
So.
Apparently, because they're saying that apparently there's a hotel, which it's crazy because the video I saw, I walked in, and I know like nothing happened when I was there, but it's like it's just so crazy to think like, man, I was just there a few months ago.
It could have been that venue.
Exactly.
It could have been that event. We
walked through the area hotel and casino. And apparently there was active shooters in there, and apparently there was active shooters in
You were in that
Caesar's Palace.
You were around that hotel?
Yeah, we walked through the area.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
amazing
further down.
In the sense that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that I've been there.
Meanwhile, you're wearing a hat called Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. Well, that's a wrestling group, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's completely different. I'll turn it around. I know that looks bad. And side note on that one, like Bullet Club is my favorite wrestling tag team of all time. And so, like, I have the jacket, I have the shirts, and they all say Bullet Club everywhere. And, like, my computer background...
You might not want to wear those for a while.
Yeah. And, like, my background on my computer at work is the Bullet Club logo with the skull and the gun. So somebody asked me, was like, is that... like? I was like, no, it's Japanese wrestling.
Do you follow the shooter in Las Vegas?
I was like, it's just wrestling, I swear. But no, like, it's just...
Yeah, you don't
and
have
like,
to turn around.
No. But like with Mandalay Bay, like the crazy thing is we were inside Mandalay Bay because that's where I needed to get a replacement wristband for the EDC. Yeah. So we walked into Mandalay Bay, and even though we were there to get a ticket, we were like, wow, this is the legendary Mandalay Bay. Like boxing matches have happened here. So many huge things have happened inside Mandalay Bay, and I'm just like a place with such historical value. And, like, it really did break my heart to hear that it took place out of Mandalay Bay where he was shooting out of.
That was the tower that he used?
Yeah, he was on the 32nd floor of Mandalay Bay.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, so, like, that right there, like, to me, that what people aren't going to remember for at least for a while, I know it's ridiculous to say this, was like here recently, it's only going to be remembered as this is where the Las Vegas shooting took place. It's gonna have this was the room the Las
just
Vegas
like
shooter
in
came out of.
Austin. Just there's
The tower.
The tower at UT. I'm going to say because
UT Texas. Yeah.
By the drag, they call it the drag, and I have no idea why now. I think maybe because they raced there. I have no idea, but there's the tower. You can see it, and that's synonymous with shooting
and just like the book suppository or depository in Dallas where
JFK.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald assassinated JFK from.
It's a museum now.
Yeah, so I'm just like, man, so like, I don't know, like that stuff just baffles me. And
that thing it's a weird. I watched segue. Let's see if I can come back to it.
Don't
let me go off trail. I listened to a podcast called Serial Killers. Plug for serial killers. You should hook us up with whatever y'all. I'll talk about Squarespace. Anyways, they always have this kind of thing where they're like, are we glorifying serial killers and making potential serial killers want to pursue it because here's a whole podcast dedicated to serial killers, versus are we just enlightening people about the
warning signs
and kind of like how, what could happen, what you could do, this and that. The same time with see, I'm losing my spot, what I was trying to get at here. Because it did have a point. And when I listen to this tomorrow or next week or whatever, I'll be like, I know what I was trying to say.
Because we were talking about the towers and like people and museums.
Yeah.
And that's when you started talking about the podcast.
Oh, well, like even us right now, I think is what I'm trying to say. Is like us talking about it right now for a point, it kind of glorifies the guy.
It really,
It kind of does glorify the guy, but at the same time, but at the same time, for the victims and for the people that were very heroic during this time.
Oh, yeah.
Does it not show this type of value in humanity that, we can, as a species, as a race, like, pick up not arms, but...
join together.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I saw a Facebook thing already about, like, a woman that her husband was shot in the head, and she just laid her body right on him and took a bullet to the back so that he wouldn't die. And he's like in critical condition, but he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for her like throwing herself on him. Like, I'm getting choked up thinking about it because I already saw it. It was choked up. And then like there's the guy that like his dad was like in a wheelchair and got shot on the shoulder and like ran him out while he got shot like twice and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about that, I think talking about that is like, look what we can do in the face of like pure fucking evil. But at the same time, the name comes up. I don't know his name though. I think
it's Stephen Paddock. I don't know.
Fuck you. See?
I'm sorry.
Don't say it.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. No, but it is. And that's the thing though, because you can't talk about one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the controversy, is that you have people saying like, don't give him notoriety, and like other sickos like that shit. At the same time, but look at in the face of this danger how people act, and it's really loving and caring and this and that. Now it comes back another thing. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but gun laws,
gun control. Yeah, that's been a huge debate. Even it's gained. The topic keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what I think it is...
I don't think it does.
I think it's put off.
It stays the same every time, because anytime something gun happens... Did you have...
No, all I was going to say is, like, it gets brought up anytime there's a tragedy.
Yes.
Anytime there's a tragedy, this brings us back to gun control and everything. So I'm like...
But both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. That's what I was going to say, too. Every time something gun-related happens... Can I hear that?
Yeah, probably. They can hear me when I was pouring my beer last week. They heard it clearly.
That's pure vodka. What sucks that you can't hear the juice hitting it.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna make it loud. I like about 2 fingers of vodka to 2 fingers of juice. like a hearty drink.
Right,
Anyways,
great. Anyway,
the gun laws. Anytime something gun related pops off, you have one side that goes. I wish I would have saved him. You have the very left going. I'm trying to think of the meme in my head. You have the very left side going. When you can mass murder 100 people in 5 seconds with a knife, then we can talk about gun law or something like that. And their point is that if there were no guns, they wouldn't be able to kill so many people so fast, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the other side on the right going, well, I'm very not on the right, so it's hard to say. But they say, well, you remember back in the 1700s when King George came in with the latest technology, Hitler. Hitler. They say, you remember back when Hitler, the police came with, they took the Jews to the camps, it was the German police. So citizens should have machine guns, because if the police can get machine guns, the citizens should get machine guns, because who took the Jews? The police did. So I need to be able to fight the police in the case that this happens. I think I'm being very kind saying that, because that actually is a valid point. I think that is a very valid point. Bringing up, if you don't know your past, you're destined to repeat it. I actually don't know where I stand with it, because I can see both sides. I can see the left saying, well, if we didn't have guns, like, I've been to the one country, Korea, where there's no gun laws. Even the police don't have guns. Only the military does for other country stuff. So there's no gun violence there. I mean, there's literally no gun violence because there's no guns. But that just wouldn't happen here. Like, even if we did do the gun law, like, no one can have guns, there's so many gun enthusiasts and people.
It's just,
it would be
especially in the
it
South.
would become a black market. Like, you're gonna have guns,
and then all that would do is create, because then if guns became,
and it's such a part of our history too.
Yeah, and like then jails can get filled up for petty crimes, just like how
with the weed.
Yeah, how marijuana is now. It's like, oh, like you had a bullet in your car,
right?
And then you're going to jail for 3 years.
Zero tolerance.
He's just like, yeah. So then that could create a whole thing. I don't know what side it falls on. It may fall up left. It may not. I don't know. Is the one that's like not take away the guns, but make the vetting process, make the application for a gun a lot tougher and a lot more stricter. Yeah. Because that's the thing, like people with mental illness and stuff, they don't get prevented from buying guns. And most of these people that, and again, this pisses me off because it's like the insanity plea and everything. Like these people that get, charged or found guilty or whatever, they say, oh, but I'm insane in my head. And then they don't get jail time, they go to an asylum, or they get limited jail time, but like with therapy and everything like that. And, and that falls into a whole different type of thing. But, with the whole guns, it's like, well, when he bought his gun, he passed the background check. We didn't know he was going to do. I was like, well, yeah, you never know what people's intentions are. And I was like, but I agree that we shouldn't take away guns, but we should make it a little bit more accurate with as far as background checks and stuff. Or because even people with misdemeanors and stuff for violence can still get a gun. It's like,
I don't know too much of the background, so it's hard for me to say. You watch Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, I do not.
Okay. There's an episode. It sucks. I was hoping I could piggyback off you if you knew it, but there's an episode.
A lot of people watch it.
There's an episode. You need to watch it. It's really funny. You need to give it a chance, like a good hearty chance.
I'm sorry.
You really should. But there's an episode where they call themselves the gang, because I think it's like 5 of them or 4 of them.
Yeah.
The gang, and they always have like quirky the names of the episodes. So the gang solves the gun crisis is what I think the episode's called, or the gun law, or something like that. And so two of the people in the gang are like are very left about it. Like they're very like, it's so easy to get a gun. Like you can just walk into anywhere and get a gun and blah blah. And the other side goes like, we deserve to have guns. Like, we should have guns everywhere. Like, I want a gun. I just want to be able to hold my gun, like, at the party. Like, just because it's America and I just want, everyone know I have a gun. Like, it's very... And they're being funny about it. So, one side, the one that's like, it's too easy to get the gun. And they go to, like, a gun rally and... a gun show. And they try and they're like, I want to buy a gun. They're like, you need a background check. And they're like... What if I just take it? Like, everyone pulls a gun out. And it's like, you can't just say, they're like, oh, it's not that easy. And then the other side, I can't remember exactly, but they don't have such an easy time either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's neither this or that. I honestly feel like and maybe it's because I'm a pacifist and I'm Buddhist, but
Right.
I just think, like, no guns would be the most appropriate sense. But at the same time, realistically, ideally, that's where I stand. But realistically, our country was founded on all this, fighting against the government, having to have your own arms so
Protection
that
and
if
everything.
something were to go down, you could this and that. Like, it's never gonna happen. There's no way you can not. Those other countries that have no guns, it's not gonna happen here. Like, it's just even though I would like that to happen, just not going to. So. The regulations should be pretty strict, and I actually feel like they are pretty strict. I mean,
See, yeah,
and here's the controversy with this shooter within Vegas was that he has nothing. He has nothing about him that speaks to his mental illness or a reason against country music or Carrington or Jason Aldean or
whatever his name is.
And that's, I guess, what's scary about it for a lot of people is that nothing speaks to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And because they interviewed the guy that sold him the guns, and it's some Vegas store called...
if you do it right, you do it right.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
the law.
yeah, it shouldn't be on him, but I could definitely see where like a lot of people automatically scrutinize this guy. Oh, you sold him the guns.
Well, it's not...
You're the reason that people died.
I mean...
And I don't agree with that.
No,
it's not his fault that people died.
I had heard that, and I don't agree with that. It's like the gun dealer is not a bartender where you have to cut him off. Like,
Yeah, like-
you're like a bartender can clearly see if you're too drunk and you have to cut him off. Whereas the gun dealer is like, if you're a sane you have your it's like very legal. You have a license.
You have a license to carry? Okay, here you go.
Here's a gun. Like, and you got the money. Like,
I just think the name of the store is funny. Guns and Guitars.
oh fuck,
It's like,
it's so redneck.
it's like, Jesus Christ.
This
like,
was in Vegas.
yeah, dude, it's called Guns and Guitars. But it's like, yeah, but like the guy was like, but the guy said, he goes, he did not seem like a person that would commit this act of terror.
But
You never know who
You
it
never
is.
know. Yeah, I don't think it's on the guy. I don't think that's
No,
on him.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
how are you
not.
gonna put like? Don't you know psychology? Can't you see the signs? Like, this guy's
Like,
a gun dealer.
Do you
like,
see the way his eyes look to the left every time
Can't
he
you
talked?
tell he
like,
was distressed and in a manic episode? You can't tell me.
It's like,
he's not qualified to make that decision. Like,
so it's like, the guy that sold the guns, he was doing his job. The shooter walked in the store. I want this. The guy as the businessman, you want this? It's this much.
Yeah.
Here's my money. Here's your
where's your
goods.
qualifications? Do you have the money? Very transaction. That's
Boom.
just America.
Just like
The problem doesn't lie within him. The problem lies within the system somewhere.
I think if people just work together, there could be a middle where the left is satisfied and the right is satisfied to where...
Well, I don't know. The thing is that the right to protect yourself is an asset that both sides agree on. There's a right to protect yourself, no matter what. I mean, the left feminazis, which I don't really agree with that term, but if you want it to be so exact or so extreme, I mean, if when they're always fighting about like being like raped or something, or not like that's not a thing.
Trigger!
Right. So,
That whole
but the
phrase.
thing is, like, you protect yourself. You can do whatever. You can gouge their eyes out. You can, rip their dick off. Self-defense is something equally accepted on both sides.
Yeah.
The problem lies in, why do you need a semi-automatic that can kill 500 people in
That's
2.5
excessive.
seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it lies, because the left says you don't need that. You can carry a knife on you if you need protection. You can't even carry brass knuckles, but you can carry a knife on you, something that if you were in a struggle, you could pull out and maybe kind of get away with.
Yeah,
you won't.
hurt
You
them.
can't. You can't kill them, but you can maybe get away from them. Versus the right side says, "I want to demolish the person."
Right.
And I guess that's a thing. But it also goes past not just one person affecting you. It also it's the government. It comes to the government. Because I saw in a post someone posted where they were like, "I get why guns." They're like, "I love guns. I'm a gun enthusiast, but I don't want a semi-automatic gun." And I don't think any civilian needs a semi-automatic gun. Now
I want to know what to do with it.
now
That'd be too
check it
fucking
out.
scary.
My friend, he's actually part of my. He's a Buddhist brother. We took our Bodhisattva vows together. He's a Buddhist, but he's also a cop, and he's kind of a walking contradiction. But I really appreciate having him online because he's very back and forth. But he's a libertarian, but he's conservative and liberal. He's very hippie. Like he's a vegan and a Buddhist.
Oh wow.
But at the same time, he's a cop and like
Has to do what
you know
he
what I'm
does.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, and so someone posted about I'm a gun enthusiast. On his post, I'm a gun enthusiast, but I don't believe civilians should have semi-automatic guns. And he said, nope. The cops. I'm a cop. We have access to semi-automatic guns. The people should have access to semi-automatic guns. He goes, you know why? Who do you think took the Jews? The police. So if in his scenario, back in the day in Nazi Germany, when the Nazi police came with their semi-automatic guns, if the Jews had access to the semi-automatic guns, they could have fought. It could have been this other, whatever. Valid, very valid. If you ask me, that was a very valid point. At the same time, how statistically is that to happen versus this crazy person that's just going to use it to mass murder?
Yeah.
And that's where it lies. Statistically, we don't have the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the political thing is not as likely to happen as the crazy person thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But feeling doesn't really equate anything. You can feel all you want, but that doesn't really give results. You know?
No, yeah, for sure. And talking about crazy people, especially in San Antonio yesterday, this all happened last night. And it goes hand in hand because this gentleman mentioned the Las Vegas shooting.
Was it last night?
It was last night, dude. It was last night.
Tuesday? Did I read it this today? I don't.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like I read it.
I started reading it Tuesday night because his name is still in my Facebook search bar because I kept refreshing his page and shit. A gentleman here in San Antonio. Well, he's from San Antonio. He was currently in Oklahoma City last night. In San Antonio, we do have a gay strip downtown. We have the Pegasus and Heat and the most popular gay clubs in San Antonio. This gentleman was a gay person, and he apparently was a drag queen that worked downtown for many years. He considered the strip his home, is what he kept saying throughout his Facebook post.
Is this what we accept, or is this what we came up with, the home thing? Because I read the post and I thought it was like I didn't realize.
I thought it was his actual home because when he said his front yard.
When I read it, he kept referring to his front yard. Yeah. I didn't know he was a drag queen though.
Yeah, he was because I was reading through his all his shit, and so because I was just like, man, who the fuck is this guy? Who knows? So so apparently there was a gentleman that worked at the San Antonio Strip, going based upon his Facebook posts, how dramatic they were. He loved the San Antonio Strip. He gave his tears for San Antonio Strip, the gay clubs. And apparently, he was screwed out of his job at the Strip. Somebody messed up something in his front yard. I presume for either being gay or for betraying a drag queen or something. I don't know. But
it's pretty.
It was
front yard thing.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he threatened last night to shoot up the San Antonio Strip. He threatened that he was going to come in with guns because he's high on ice and he'll be up for days. Those are direct quotes from him. And he was going to bring more firepower than the Las Vegas shooting.
And he spelled V-A-G.
Yeah, he
Vigs.
Vigs.
Vages.
Viges. like those Indian guys that try to get nudes, show vagina, and it's like that. It, like his spelling was all over the place, probably from the meth. So it was out of nowhere, and like there's people that go out to the strip, you know, every single night to celebrate a good time.
I was just
and
there
everything like that.
a couple weeks ago too with my lesbian friends from Austin.
Exactly, and so like, and, you know, here's a guy threatening to shoot it up, but apparently he was in Oklahoma, and because his posts started getting really popular, people started sharing them and tagging like you know, news channels and stuff, and contacting the police and whatnot. So apparently this guy got dinged by the FBI and shit, and like and cops and stuff. So wherever he was at, the tower started going off, and he started getting a bunch of calls and text messages and stuff. And so then he started saying, "I'm sorry, I would never do that. I'm high on ice," and this and that, trying to correct it. And then he started deleting all the posts, all the threats he made, but it was already too late. No. He was arrested, and he's being extradited, which we just confirmed that word today.
Extradite means when you have crimes in another state, but you're living in... When you have crimes in one state, but you're living in another state, that original state that you have crimes in...
Gets priority,
and the state you're living in will extradite you to the original state that you have crimes in.
So, now I'm assuming that he left San Antonio because of his felony, or because of his warrant, and he was in Oklahoma City. I just assumed that, because that's what I saw SAPD post on their Facebook page today, that he had a warrant in San Antonio for marijuana possession. He was caught in Oklahoma City. He was able to be traced by his phone and stuff. So he's extradited to San Antonio due to that warrant, and now he's facing felony charges for threat of a terroristic attack.
See, okay. Now the thing is, there you go. Terroristic attack, but we don't really see a political gain. But I think it's correct in calling it a terroristic attack.
And I mean, civilians and terror.
The strip, the clubs themselves, I mean, they suffer monetary loss for this piece of shit just talking
Facebook. Shit, like not doing anything.
That is a terrorist. Like, the definition needs to be changed. Like,
someone who invokes terror.
Yes, that needs to be just all of it right there. Like, Voldemort, you know, whatever. Like,
he who shall not be named.
Invoke terror, so they're
but I'm just so thankful for that he was caught. Nobody was hurt. He was just talking out of his ass.
I don't even think he really meant to.
Even if he tried, I think, because you know what, like there's a lot of gay guys that are bodybuilders. You know, not to tag onto a stereotype, but this dude, I forgot his name, but if you looked him up, he's a scrawny little fellow. Like
really?
I probably am bigger than this guy, and I'm not even that. I'm not that built. So it's like I could have taken this guy, and so I'm like, I'm pretty sure if he tried to roll deep, you know, and talk some shit to some bodybuilder guys, it would not have played well for him. So
so it really helped in his instance to just talk shit and get caught, because he would probably died coming to
like
whatever he's trying to do.
Yeah, I was like,
so I'm gonna segue to the last part.
Do it, man.
Because we talked about this.
Got it.
Talked about this.
That piece of shit.
And then we did this, and we said the hips were douching Austin. Fuck you, Steve. I think his name was Steve. You know what? My bad. Steve, actually, the name Steve at Teji's, whatever, he's actually the cool one that I don't really know. See, my friends were like, where is Steve? I know that motherfucker. So, his name isn't Steve.
Oh, so Steve, if you're listening, we're sorry.
Steve's at Teji's, you were dope as fuck, because I remember you, and my friends remember you, but that motherfucker you work with that mumbles a lot, fuck that guy. We talked about Billy Curtin here and talked about political guys. Now we gotta talk about Penis Guy.
Penis Guy.
So
I'm intrigued by this.
Let me say, I originally saw this article, and I was gonna make him the jerk of the week. And I actually, even then, I was kind of like, is he the jerk of the week though? Because it's kind of transcending jerk. Like, it's way worse than jerk. This guy was a mortician. Okay. He was a mortician. Let me show you a picture of.
Alright, he's loading up a picture.
He was a mortician, and he actually, feds felt the need to investigate him because there was a string of missing body parts. So if you're not registered to be a body donor, an organ donor, they can't give your organs out.
Okay.
But morticians, this happens more often than not. If like they get cremated, they're like, well, no one's gonna know, so they just take the body part, right? Like, right? Okay. I didn't really know this either. But a lot of morticians, not a lot, but this happens more often than you think, is because the mortician, they're not Dogen owners.
Organ donors. Dogen owners. Dogen owners.
Organ donors.
Damn, dude. We're fucking drunk. You said that with such a straight face, too. You said, they're not Dogen owners.
They're not Dogen owners.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. They're not organ donors. They're not organ donors. And the mortician, if they get cremated, obviously it's free pickings, though, Right. And there's these like Asian and European, like they pay top dollar for like a good liver or like a good lung because the transplant list is like ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So let me show you the picture. This is the guy. Explain the guy a little bit.
Is a gentleman that is Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
He has blonde curly hair that is looks like it has a front ponytail going on, but that has been slightly disarrayed. He has his left eye is looking straight, but his right eye is looking at the gentleman walking inside of the door. He is wearing a gray sweater.
I would have said that his right eye was looking at you and his left eye was looking at the guy at your shoulder.
He's looking at my beer glass right now.
So, this guy looks like not really the creepiest guy, though, to be honest. I mean, when you hear it, he's going to sound even creepier, but this guy's got a lazy eye and a front bun, ponytail, curly hair bun, which just is kind of weird. But here, this guy was a mortician. This guy is a mortician, and he was under investigation by the FBI for a string of missing body parts because they thought he must be stealing body parts for like the kidneys, the livers, the lungs, the ones that people are buying. So when they raided his house, they finally got a warrant to raid this mortician's house. And do you know what they found?
What did they find?
They found over 3,000 penises and jars of formaldehyde.
Ew, what
he
the
would
fuck?
cut off the penises of the male, just dead people, and save them.
For what? Like,
to put them on his mantelpiece. Because he's a sick motherfucker.
He just has a mantle of dicks? Like,
he just had a mantle of dicks. He wasn't even part of the lung trade business, liver business. He just stole the penises.
Is he gay? Is he just...
It doesn't mention if he's gay.
Like, he just has a bunch of dicks lying around in his apartment.
He just stole the penises. And he put them in jars of formaldehyde to keep them, so they wouldn't in,
They went in... That's a dehydrate. So the penises stay hydrated. God damn it. What the fuck is my mind on?
So, and for what reason, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. They just caught him. They just caught a guy.
They just caught a guy
with over 3,000 penises in his home in jars.
Man,
that is some Manson shit. That's some Charles Manson shit.
That dickless bastard.
No. If he was dickless, that would make more sense. It doesn't say that.
To overcompensate for his lack of dick.
I don't know why he stole penises from dead
God
people.
damn it, that bastard.
And he was gonna be my jerk of the week, and I'm glad he's not because it's way more grandiose than jerk of the week. So, because I saw it right after we recorded last time, and
jerk
I was
of
like,
the
"You're
week.
jerk of the week."
You dick
Stealing
stealer.
penises, but yeah, I'm glad he's not.
That
I mean, he is a jerk of the week, but for way worse reasons than just being a jerk.
He's the Dogen owner of the week.
He is. Oh my god. I don't know. So maybe we'll follow up on that later to figure out what the fuck that's about. But all I know is that piece of shit was found with 3,000 penises.
What
in
a
his house.
bastard.
Yeah. And he's way more than a jerk for that. So
Yeah, what a bastard. He needs to jerk off if you ask me.
I who knows? I don't know. What
Oh
do you
my
do with
God.
3,000 severed penises?
Like, if you look, like, to the back of my room, to the back of my living room, I'm a pop doll collector. I collect those Funko Pop characters.
Mm-hmm.
But just imagine if those were little mason
So
jars of
if
dicks.
you had like one penis, I might be like, what? But if you had like 3,000, I'd be like,
well, you know.
I gotta go. Like, I'm fucking out. Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, dude. But like, if you got 3,000 penises hanging out.
Just imagine if that was a mantle full of dicks, like all those dolls,
Yeah.
but just like dressed up in costumes of the characters that are in there.
That would be fucked up.
So like have a Vegeta, like a dick dressed up in a Vegeta.
If you like, have you heard of like Rasputin? They got Rasputin's dick on display. You ever heard of that? Rasputin?
Rasputin, like
Rasputin,
the
like the Russian chemist.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy chemist that
Mhm.
he has like a Disney movie about him being the bad guy, but he's actually a good guy. But...
Actually, you know the epic rap battle of history is like Rasputin versus Stalin.
Yeah.
And I was all like, well, I know the part because Rasputin is the one that starts. He goes, "Cool mustache, Wario." Like, Mr. the Man Monk, you'll be sorry, yo. I don't know. Like,
It's Russian.
I'm about to go all up into that rap. I'm about to spit.
I
fire.
don't know, but all I know is that he has a bad rap and he has a good rap too, and you can kind of pick where you. Anyways, point is he had like a 15-inch dick or something,
Oh wow.
and they have it on display at some museum.
Oh.
But who knows if it really was his is the thing, though. No one really knows if it's his or not, or this and
Yeah.
that. So what I'm saying, Dave, is that if you got one dick, okay, maybe, but don't get 3,000
You're right,
because
man.
I ain't gonna fuck with you after 3,000. And if it's Rasputin's dick, okay, like I might still come over. Maybe if it's Rasputin's, but if it's someone else,
Because it's
probably
artsy.
not. Like.
Right. It's artsy, man. Come
How
on.
did this guy get away for like 20 years
Right.
collecting
Dicks.
3,000 dicks? No one fucking knew. You know he was proud of that shit. He got 3,000 of them. If I had 3,000 of anything, I'd be showing someone. Like,
Right.
check it out. I got 3,000 of this.
For real.
So I don't know.
Well, we're already at an hour and 20 minutes.
All right.
We keep saying we're going to cut these shorter, but it looks like
That
we,
was short. The
Right,
outro
like, we
was
keep-
short.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But we do thank you for listening to the show. If you do listen, give us a like on Facebook and on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to the page on whatever channel you like. I'm actually going to research how we can get our podcast on iTunes.
There is a way.
There's a way.
You got to get that.
Because I know...
It's kind of easy too, more or less.
Mhm.
You gotta
It's
put it on SoundCloud, don't you? SoundCloud.
Yeah, but then I gotta create a whole account, but then you only have so many hours that like you can do for free.
Yeah.
Then you gotta pay a monthly subscription.
But if you put so many, because it those 5 episodes maybe go out, and then if someone sees them and someone,
yeah.
I think it's called Doghouse. Doghouse is the guys that they support all these separate podcasts. They just give them. I don't know if they pay them, but they're just
No,
like,
man.
I don't know.
I was like, we'll see. Like, we'll try to see what's coming in the works for Who Cares, but we don't care.
Who cares?
So like, just like we don't care who listens. So if you are one of the 24 listeners of episode 1, the famous episode 1, we thank you. If you're part of the 3 viewers of episode 2, right? Was that 3?
I think it was at 3.
Yeah. So
Thank
look for
you, too.
Yeah, thank you. Look for our
I
ads
was
on
one of them,
Craigslist.
but-
Right. I was one of them too.
So
So
whoever that third one is.
whoever the third person is, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, look for our ads on Craigslist in the casual encounter section. Because carrying over from episode 2, we are still looking to rate your dick.
Yeah.
So if you want your dick rated on Who Cares with David Clare and the Teach, email us a picture of your dick and we'll laugh at it.
I am going to just make a Craigslist post that just asks for dick pics.
I'm going to post on 4chan our ads.
That'll get plenty of dick pics. I'm pretty sure.
For sure. But we're not gay, so...
I don't know if I want to rate that many dicks, though.
Dude, I'll rate them. Like, I'll just be like, that one's a 6.
I don't... What constitutes a 6?
I don't know, dude. Like...
I guess in my opinion, mine's a 10, so I'm gonna rate it against mine just cause. Like, is that what I'm?
I'll
But
rate
then
mine
at
a
that
4.
point, I don't know. Okay, we'll figure it out. I don't know. Send your dick, and if you have a
We'll
vagina,
create a dick
if
rating
you have a
system.
vagina, send your vagina too. We'll rate it too. I'm into meat hangers. I mean,
Arby's flaps?
I've never had one, but I'm into them.
The
I'll
roast
rate
beef
'em.
flaps, right?
I'll tell you how cool they are or not. Send them in. Do the G-string.
We'll do everything. We'll send us a pic and we'll rate you. So yeah, but thank you again for listening to episode 3. Can't believe we've done this for 3 weeks now.
That's a whole month.
Dude, once we hit episode 4, that's like
That's your birthday next week?
No, in 2 weeks. Episode 5 will be my birthday episode. So we'll see what the Teach has in store for me.
It's funny because I texted David today, be like, we're still on today, but I want it to be to the eventual where you need to text me if it's off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to show up here at 9 every Wednesday.
Yeah, like
and if you don't want me to, you need to tell me because I'm going to be here at 9. So.
And it's funny because when I was on the way home and I was telling Leslie, because I was asking, she goes, "Are you still doing it tonight?" And I was like, Vinny messaged me a couple hours earlier if we're still on. And I said, yeah. So I was like, but that was the first time I spoke to you all week.
Right.
It's like we only speak on Wednesdays.
Only on Wednesdays.
We're still doing it? Yeah. So then you come over. And then we
Well, and
catch
that's
up.
why I messaged you because I haven't talked to you since the last time we did it. But I'm like, but we should need verification. We need the communication is if it's off. That's
Yes.
really what it is. So I will be here at 9. Or if I tell you to come over to my place, which we could still do. The only thing is that I could set up a table though. Because I got a second room. But it is a little more... I feel like it might be daunting because there's a lot of Buddha stuff in there.
That won't bother me at all. Tell you what, it will not bother me at all.
Yeah, because we could do that. And if Lizzie... I don't know if she gets mad at...
If I'm right across the
Are we
street, she won't
recording
care.
stuff?
Yeah, it's still recording.
I don't know if you want to, but... I saw Leslie at the library at A&M the other week. And I know she saw me and she turned around, so she didn't have to talk to me. And I blew it off too, but she could say hello. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like, I was here the night before. Like, tomorrow, I'm gonna see her. I'm gonna bitch her out and be like,
Do it,
Leslie, just say hi. Okay,
like-
bye. Like,
Yeah, you know what? Maybe next week, Who Cares? We'll be recording out of the Teach's apartment. Let's see what transpires with that. And maybe Leslie and Mrs. Teach can hang out. And
that would be cool.
talk and do something,
Yeah.
So, because we're both off on Thursday, so, we're perfectly fine with that.
Well, Mr. Teach isn't off on Thursdays.
Well, yeah, but
Actually,
I know.
she's asleep right now.
I
got
I've
home
seen
and she's
I've seen Mrs. Teach party, so I was like,
she can do it.
I know she can. She can live to stay up till 11:02 p.m. because that's what time it is right now, Central.
Yeah.
But thank you again for listening out. If you are listening, we appreciate the love and support. Please like and support. Share the page because you never know. There's people that probably want to listen to two drunk guys talking their asses off. So, but again, thank you. I'm David Clare.
This is the Teach.
And so, I think I like how you closed the last episode with your...
What? Bitch, you guessed it!